Okay, so today we're gonna learn Python. Python is one of those programming languages that is a programming language. It's a popular one that is mainly used to create AI, but it can also be used for a lot of other things. So the problem with Python is that there aren't really any problems, but one of the main issues with Python right now is that it's not it's not like it reads like English, but the thing is sometimes some of its functions like this is unknown, but for some of you this function is unknown, but this this function this function seems pretty weird because number one it says range, but it isn't. But it's supposed to be something like scale, because if it was something like if it was something like it'd be it'd be way better, because scale automatically means when it comes to numbers. Well, it can also mean a measurement, but scale usually points to numbers instead of range, honestly sounds kind of like which honestly sounds kind of like a mountain range or whatever it is. So, again, the main purpose of this video is to learn Python. Let's get started. First, if you already got VS Code installed, or you can just search in Google, get VS Code, go to the VS Code website, then you can click on the download button, then select what you're going to be downloading it on, or what your device is. Then you can do that. Once you've got VS Code, the next thing you can do is that the next thing we can do is that we're going to start Python coding. Alright, so I deleted that, but how do you make a new file? Alright, so this is gonna be how you're gonna do it. Okay, there are two ways on how to get a file into your VS Code. The first step, the first procedure is to simply just click Control N. Once you do that, you've got a new file there. Another way is hold Control then O, which will automatically view your file manager. Then you can search whatever whatever uh whatever file you want to input. But since we're using Python, why don't you go ahead? Well, search for anything that has Python in it. If there isn't anything, then that's incompatible. However, VS Code is compatible with a lot of other languages. For example, JavaScript, CSS, Java. Wait, is Java, Python, HTML, all sorts of stuff. So once you've got your file manager up, the next thing you can do is you can simply double click a file. Then, alright, you've got it. Alright, so delete that. We're gonna start coding. So first up is the print function. The print function is basically a function that prints out an output to the user. However, it's completely useless to the computer because the computer can't use it. So we're gonna start printing. The first thing we're gonna do is simply just do this. So, however, when it comes to VS Code, it's always a plain text file. So first, before you write anything, save it. Name your file. What could we name it? Okay, go to the save as type, then scroll down until you see Python. Then name it accordingly. You can either have spaces or underscores or whatever. So I'm gonna name my file print. Alright, that's it. Click save. That's good. The next thing we're gonna do is, first we're gonna print. So type print parentheses and then double quotes or single quotes if you want. The real thing is that make sure you don't get them mixed up. So if you do something like this, that's invalid. It won't work. In VS Code, it'll automatically complete single or double quote, single or double quote thing. So you do that, and then as you can zoom in here, it's like that, or like this. Alright, so let's get started. First, get your double quote, and then you type hello Python with an exclamation point. Now, save it, or you can either do this, save, or hold on. Or you can just hold control then S. That'll save it automatically. Now you see this? That's the problem section. So in JavaScript, so VS Code already has its own built-in terminal. So you see there's problems, output, debug console, terminal, ports. Right now, terminal and problems are the only important ones because, so I'll explain this. Problems automatically highlights whatever problem you have. So if it's something like, hold on, let me just delete this string. See? Free problems pop up. So to fix that, just follow the stuff. Much better. Save. Then let's go to the terminal. This is where your output's gonna go. So click F5. Then, as you can see here, there are 4 options. You can select Python debugger. Here's the kicker. It's not actually gonna debug. It's actually gonna run the code. I don't know why VS Code made it like that. So press enter, or you can click on it, and then it pops up another one, which honestly is kind of weird. Then you can click enter. Then watch here. There it is. Your first code line. Alright, you can play around with this So for example, we might want to print something like that, something goofy. Or maybe you could say something deadpan, something like, alright, save yours work and then run it. There it is. Alright, today's episode is done for today.